Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Amito Mitra here from
Kampala, Uganda, East Africa.
I hope you're all well and I hope that God
Is protecting it.
is protecting our behavior. Anyway, are you laughing?
I like laughing.
Today is the very first time Honey is joining me on this channel.
Woo! The big
And
premiere.
I want you all to know that I didn't coerce him. I didn't force him. He actually suggested to be on the camera today.
It's about time.
I think last year I asked him to be on the camera and he refused.
Too
I'm
soon.
very sure
One
he
step
will
at a time.
he will answer that later. So I'm really happy that he is finally here, and
Happy
we're
to be
going
here.
to talk about a few things here and there that we have been seeing in the comment section. We're literally going to be answering a few questions
Little Q&A.
from you people. So honey, kindly officially talk to our people today.
Hello, Amito Mitra subscribers, digital friends of ours. It's a pleasure to be here. I've been a part of this community, of course, for a long time. That's how I got to know Amito, as some of the previous videos have indicated. But, we recently did our traditional marriage or wedding, and, we're in this forever now. And so this is a good time, I think, to introduce myself and just to let you guys know that Amito, Mitra, and I are a team, and I'm so proud of what she's built here, and I want you guys to feel that from me in person. So here I am.
And Hani has really been so supportive from day one. He's extremely been supportive of this channel. He is always the one that reminds me, excuse me, he's always the one that reminds me, oh honey, you've made this 1,000 subscribers, or you've hit this, or you've gotten these views, or so and so commented like this.
Pointing out cute comments for sure.
Yeah, sometimes I upload a video and totally get busy doing other things. But every time he calls me, it's like, oh, did you see this comment? Oh, did you see this? Thank you so much, honey, for being so supportive to me.
Of course, and
to the
thanks to the commenters for writing such really beautiful things. They don't go unnoticed, and they really mean a lot to us.
Yeah, so in today's video, we're just going to answer a few questions that you people have indirectly been asking about. We've been reading the comments for a long time now, like a year, but we are happy to respond to some of your questions today. So Honey wrote down a few questions here that we are going to respond to. So I think Honey should read the first question.
Well, sure. I mean, the context, in a sense, is that this has been a big month for us. A lot has happened, as I've indicated, the traditional marriage, and so, with that, it's kind of almost like a new chapter. Let's take this channel to the next level, So I think before we get into like the present day stuff, sometimes it helps to have a little more context, a little more backstory. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about the origins of, I would say, the permanent nature of this relationship. So at some point, we shifted from, dating each other to realizing, oh, this is the person I'm going to marry. And then after that, it's a matter of turning it into reality. And so maybe what I'd like to ask you, Hun, is at what point did you think, oh, this is getting pretty serious. I think this person is the one I'm going to marry.
I don't have a specific moment, but sorry about this. I don't have a specific moment, but there were several occasions that happened, and I knew he was the right man. Back to when we were dating, that very first period before you asked me to be your girlfriend, when Honey was actually wanting to hook me up to his friend because we were friends. So he wanted to get one of his friends because Honey literally has so many single friends. So, I'm happy that some of them are now getting married.
Yeah.
They saw him getting married and they also decided to get married.
Leading the charge.
So I'm happy that he inspired some of them.
Oh, sure.
So by then, most of his friends probably were single, and he was like, oh, I want to hook you up to some of my friends, because during that time we're having conversations on WhatsApp. We were talking to each other. We never did video calls then. we hadn't done video calls,
No,
right?
but we were texting
We
all
were
the time.
texting and talking on audio. So Honey thought I didn't know how he looked like. I had done my FBI, went to Instagram, checked his page out, his account out. He doesn't have pictures on his Instagram, but through his friends and family, I got to know how he looked like. So during that period of him saying, "Oh, I want to hook you up to one of my friends," I was like, "Why are you hooking me up to one of your friends and that you're also single? Why not you?" And then he was like, I think when you get to know who exactly I am, you will not fall in love with me. You might not want a relationship with me. So I told him, "Mister, I know how you look like. I know you very well." And I was like, "How?" I was like, "I did my FBI. I saw your pictures. I know how you look like, and I wouldn't mind dating you." Because he was a very nice person. He talked to me so well. He communicated so well. He talked about the things I wanted to listen
It
to.
was so easy. It was so natural.
Very easy, very natural. So I was in for it. That was the first time. Second time, when we met during our first vacation, during that period, I realized that he was more than what I had prayed for. Like, he was a gentleman, to be precise. Honey has treated me like a queen from day one, from the very first time he asked me. Another thing, I had never gotten anyone in my life asking me to be their girlfriend. Let me tell you how hard it is dating. Okay, I don't want to generalize, but dating other people. People actually just assume you talking to them, you're already interested in them and you're already like into something. So like to them it is automatic as long as you're talking to them in that kind of way, you're flirting, you're already interested in them, they're interested in you, so you're dating.
There's not a clear sort of formal like, are we dating?
Yes. So Honey actually asked me to be his girlfriend. Forget asking me to be his wife. I mean to marry him. He asked me to be his girlfriend on the 26th of March 2023. So that also was an indication that, hey, I'm into a very serious man, a very respectful man, a very intentional man. So there were so many circumstances that reminded me of how sweet this gentleman is, how amazing he
Oh,
is.
stop. Oh.
And I knew I was going to marry him. So yeah, that's it. Tell
And-
us about your point. At what point did you know you were going to marry me?
Yeah, I would say for me in our story, there was definitely the point where I thought, oh, I want to date this person. I asked you to be my girlfriend, but then in my mind, I always thought that like, okay, well now that we're dating, this is a chance for us to really get to know each other, and we'll see where things go. Because plenty of people date, and then after a while, they realize, I'm not sure this is working out. Maybe they stay friends or something like that. So I think for me, it was always about just getting to know you more and more and more. And so, of course, when you start dating someone, that's when things get taken to a new level, and you can um, pretty much learn everything about them. And so then months went by, and oftentimes I think about our relationship in terms of these trips I've taken to come visit you here. And the first one went so well that by the time the second one came around, I traveled with the ring, knowing that if things continue to go as well as they did the first time, by the end of this trip, I'm definitely going to ask her to marry me. And sure enough, that's what happened, and it's really been perfect ever since.
And the rest has been history.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, so I think because of time, we have to try hurry into these other questions so that we don't take a lot of people's time. Right?
Oh,
Annie?
sure.
So can I read the second question?
Please.
Where
I guess you could say was Steve, right?
where was Steve hiding, or why hadn't we seen him earlier? Is there someone at the door?
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody at the door? No,
If you'd like, I can close the door.
it's okay.
So we'll start
So-
over here.
Where was Steve hiding? Oh, why hadn't we seen him? Yeah, we've had so many people ask us those questions personally, and this has sparked controversy on social media. after our introduction, everyone was like, oh, Amito was hiding Steve. Now we've seen him, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So I think Steve is in the best position to answer that question. Where were you hiding?
Well, let me just start by addressing the language there, this concept of hiding. I think this should be pretty evident to anybody who's followed this channel for almost any amount of time, that this is, Amita's endeavor. This is her creativity coming to life. She started this channel way before she met me. Social media and video creation is a big part of who she is and what she loves to do. And of course, I'm being brought into this world and I'm enjoying it and I'm learning all sorts of interesting things. But I had a life, of course, before this whole Amito Mitra thing. And so social media and being in the public eye, if you will, that's just never really been a focus point for me. I have plenty going on back home, and so that certainly keeps me occupied. And then with our relationship being long distance, we spent a lot of time on the phone together. So I just felt like this was really your thing, and you were doing a great job. And of course, I was behind the camera and I was helping you out. But then it gets to a point now where we recently were traditionally married. And at that point, it kind of takes things to the next level where, your husband, if you will, he can introduce himself and he can address the people that have been so supportive and so loving. I've been in the comment section for a long time now, and it really makes me feel good that you guys are that supportive. And not just me, I know it makes Amito feel good too. So I think what it comes down to is that this is now the opportunity, the right time for me to introduce myself and say, from here and there, you might see me pop in, pop out, and it's a pleasure to meet you and be with you. But ultimately, this is Amito's channel. So I think that's my answer.
Yeah. So I wasn't hiding him. It was his decision. Honey actually didn't want to be on the channel. At one point, I literally was requesting him to be, and he was like, no, 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 it is your channel. I want you to shine. Do your thing. I'll always be in the background. He always shot my videos every time he came here during all the vacations. You guys realized that, you saw that, but he never wanted to be in the camera until he was ready. And right now he's ready. And even if people hadn't gotten to see him the way they saw him after the introduction, he was still going to be.
Of course, there's a time and a place.
Yeah, because he had talked to me about it when he came before the introduction. I was like, okay, before I leave, I'll have to do a video with you so that people get to know me officially.
Exactly.
So stop with all that drama.
Well, everybody wants to turn it into this dramatic thing of hiding or whatnot, but it's just a matter of timing, and here we are, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. Number 3, it's yours to read.
Well, and I think we both can obviously answer this one. It's, how do you feel about people judging you? That's a pretty universal question. Should I turn it to you first?
Yeah, I will respond to that. So by now we all know that Honey and I are 2 different people, but yet similar.
Sure.
Because Honey has dwarfism doesn't make him any different from all of us.
Everybody's got something.
Yes. So I don't understand why people judge me. Actually, people keep saying, oh, I love you for the money. I love you because I want citizenship. I love you. My God.
People are always going to talk, huh?
I had a life before I met him. And yeah, he had a life before he met me too. It was not for anything. I know so many of you think when you people see a black girl and a white guy, or a white girl and a black girl, and especially if there is something about them, you're always quick to judge and say, oh, she's there because she wants citizenship, she's there because this.
May I jump in for a moment?
Yes, honey.
I think maybe one way to look at it is that it's a very unhealthy mindset to have this notion of everything being transactional. What is this person getting out of this other person? Why are they in this relationship? When really what it comes down to is love. It's about wanting to spend your time with that person. So when you try to make it all about money or skin color or just these very superficial things, you're really robbing yourself of the human experience, because if you're going through life looking at everything that way, it becomes very apparent. And in my experience, people don't like to associate with others who see the world in that way. It's not as much fun, and as I said before, it's not healthy for anyone. So
And I also want people to know that if someone wants someone or loves someone, I won't use love. If someone wants someone for a particular thing, they wouldn't even want to move around with them, let people see them around them, or even do functions where they have to invite so many people. If I needed something from Honey, trust me, I would have gotten it without you people even knowing about nothing. I would have hidden him, like you're saying. I would not have let anyone even meet him. But from day one, I was proud of him. I introduced him to my friends, my family. I've been moving with Honey all over Uganda. We are always in restaurants, hotels. We always adventuring together. We always traveling together. Actually, so many people have seen us. It is just a few people who probably are always locked up in their houses. Don't know what is going on out
but
there.
it's a
But
big world, and it's not their business. If we see you, we see you, but we're not going to go out of our way to please everybody. Yeah.
yeah, so for those of you who are judging us, it is on you. We are happy. We are fine. We are blessed.
And the final PSA is maybe just have a look at yourself in terms of doing so much judging. I think you'll find that life is more enjoyable when you relax a little bit.
Find something else to do that makes you busy, because sometimes when you're not busy, it drives you into making another, like wanting to put another person down. But every time you get things to do that make you busy, you not even think about other people's lives, and you not even have time to put others down.
You said that perfectly. Focus on bettering yourself.
So time is going. We're going to number 4. We only have 2 questions left. Number 4. Okay, before we get there, Honey, let's address this. Or maybe we can address it in the next video.
Well, maybe
Okay.
just throw a little,
No, let me leave it to people. In case you think there is any question that we've not answered well, kindly put it in the comment section. I promise Honey and I will answer.
a future,
We'll talk about it.
an official question and answer video as driven by comments.
Yeah. So number 4 says, how do you feel about Uganda, and how do I feel about the USA? Like going to the USA.
This is an international relationship, and
Yeah.
of course, there's going to be a lot of back and forth of me being here, Amito being there, and so I could imagine people would be curious how we see these countries.
So I think you should answer that first. How do you feel about being in Uganda? And yeah.
Yeah, this is something I've thought about a lot because naturally Ugandans want to know after I've spent some time here, what do you think about our country? Because, of course, we all want to be proud of our country, and everyone has a reason to be proud of their country. The world is a big place, and there's so many interesting things anywhere you go. To really condense it, though, I would say my answer comes down to the people. A place is valuable to me because of the interactions that I'm afforded when I'm there, and of course, credit where credit's due. Amito, the love of my life, has done such a great job of introducing me to some of the most amazing people that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting here in Uganda. I don't want to generalize and say that they're only here in Uganda, but boy, I don't know if there's something in the air, but these people are so friendly, they're so fun, but then they're so loving, and I think for me, whether or not the city is what I'm used to back home, whether the culture is what I'm used to, just the fact that I've had a chance to meet some really amazing people and to do so alongside the love of my life, of course I could do nothing but endorse Uganda. And then maybe in the future I could be a steward for somebody who wants to experience this country too. And of course there is more to a country than people. Every place has physical features to admire. As you know from watching this channel, we've been to different parts of this country, and there are some spectacular landscapes and animals and all that. But ultimately, for me, it comes down to the people, and Uganda has that in spades. So.
And then about what I feel or think about living in the US, I'm actually scared. I've always told Honey I'm scared. from day one.
Yeah, and that's natural. It's a new place, right?
What was my dream country? What has my dream country been?
Well, I know you talk about visiting Greece, right?
No,
Santorini,
no, that's my
vacation.
vacation place.
Hmm. I guess we talked about that in detail of where you thought you might want to end up.
Yes.
Was it in Europe?
No, Japan.
Japan. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's a good answer.
I've always wanted to live in Japan. I've never really envisioned myself living in the US, but when Honey came into my life, I was like, okay, yeah, there is a high chance I might live in the US. So, to be quite honest, I'm kind of scared. I feel like it's way different from the kind of life that I live here. I feel like I have so much freedom. Not that Tani won't give me freedom. Oh my God, I have the most amazing husband. He gives me so much freedom, like, and I know he'll give me so much freedom there. But I feel like the way of life of the people in the US is not the way of life of the people here in Uganda. We are more of communal. I can always go to my friends' homes and have conversations with them,
So
have fun,
social.
and yeah, we're so social. So I'm not so sure I'm going to have that kind of life in the US. So that really scares me. And I remember having a conversation with mom about it recently. Steve's mom was actually worried for me. She was like, "Oh, Amito, I feel like the people here are more hospitable, like social, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how you're going to cope in the US, but somehow I know you will cope." So I also feel good when mom and everyone understands,
Acknowledges that.
yes, acknowledges what I might go through when I go there. But one thing about me is I believe in God, and I believe that God knows my story more than anyone or myself as well. So I know God will guide me and, yeah, lead me through so well. I know I'll cope. I'll find ways of coping. I always find ways of coping, even if it means moving from one city to another to hook up with my friends from Kampala. Even if it means me going to Canada to be with Diana, I will, because Ohio and Canada are not very far from each other. So
I can say that for sure. The amount of people that scattered about, we're going to be taking road trips left and right to do
yeah,
some visits.
yeah. So I'm scared, but I know I'll handle.
For what it's worth, nothing is more important to me than your happiness and your well-being. And of course, it would be my number one priority to make sure that you are socially stimulated, that you're satisfied, that you're happy, that you're at peace. And I know, as a matter of fact, that that's going to happen.
Thank you, baby. So, lastly but not least, is you can read that, honey.
Yeah, the last thing that we were thinking about is what people might want to know is in store for the future of this channel. Because as we sort of alluded to before, now that we're married and now that I have introduced myself, it sort of leads naturally into other questions about what can we expect. Maybe when you factor in also this international aspect of two countries being involved. And so I think as much as I might want to answer, I should leave it to the CEO of this channel to hear what she thinks the future could be like.
I think this channel is always going to be the way it is. The only difference is that I'll not be in Uganda. I'll now be giving you USA content. Yeah, but it will still be lifestyle. I'll tell you about my experience that side. I'll take you through my journey from here to there. And trust me, we'll be also having Ugandan content because my husband here promised me that I'll always come back to Uganda to see my family anytime I
Is this where I can
want.
say amen?
Anytime I want. So, yeah, it will still be a lifestyle channel, and whatever I feel you people need to watch and know about, I'll definitely let you know. But it will still be the same content I've always been creating, so don't worry. I don't think Honey will so much feature in the channel,
here
but
and there.
but I know he will always be behind the scenes. He'll always be shooting me. He'll always be taking me around. Yeah, I know he's going to play a very big role in me vlogging that side. He might not physically be in the videos, but in the background, he'll always be there. But I'm also so excited about doing videos with Dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Steve's dad loves to.
He's just very social. I think in that
Yes.
sense, you guys are similar. He's the life of a party when you take him somewhere. He wants to meet people and he wants to joke with them. So yeah.
Yeah, so I look forward to having him once in a while on the channel, and I know you guys will enjoy. He's a very hilarious man. You guys will enjoy having him on this channel.
One thing I know about Honey is she is creative, and so when we get that side, and she's opening up a whole new world of what kind of content is possible, rest assured she will find so many cool ideas. So.
Thank you, honey. Yeah. And lastly but not least, I know I said lastly but not least earlier, but lastly but not least, requesting all of you, I'd like to request all of you to say thank you to Honey on my behalf. In the comment section, this amazing man has made me the happiest girl ever. There is nothing he hasn't done to make me happy. And every time you see me on this channel, just know I get the energy from him. Yes, he gives me the energy, he gives me the morale, he gives me the peace. So by the time I'm looking into the camera, I know I have somebody behind me. I have someone holding my hand. So let me, shine on this channel. So thank you so much, honey. I do appreciate you. May God bless you abundantly.
Oh my gosh, that was like the sweetest thing I think anybody's ever said to me. What we always joke with each other is, vice versa, essentially. Everything she feels about me, just know I feel that about her, or a tiny bit more. That's a sort of our inside line.
Yeah.
Or a tiny bit
more. So otherwise, thank you all for watching. We hope we answered a few of your questions, but we actually don't know what you guys are thinking. So if there is anything else you really want us to talk about, kindly don't hesitate to let us know. We will definitely talk about it. Honey and I are very free spirits. We talk about anything and everything. We love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
You have supported us genuinely. The majority of you have supported us genuinely, and we don't take that for granted. May God, the God that we serve, bless you and bless you all abundantly. Otherwise, see you in the next video. And you say something.
Well, I was gonna say bye-bye, but what else?
Okay, smile for them. They love your smile.
Cheese. See you in the next video.
See you guys. We love you.
Love you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.